guys, this is Unique.
Right, we are starting. Everyone is doing well. I'm busy playing a lot of music, but hopefully the noise suppression is good enough tonight. Yeah. So tonight, plan on the stream is to really rough out the pattern of that's the main goal for tonight. So I want to make sure that stream audio is a-okay, because last week it was not a-okay when I look back at it. So the stream tonight though. up, whoever's in the chat looking around? What are you guys doing? What's up, man? How was your week? thanks, man. Yeah, continuing along on the like this idea. And actually I wanna like do a lot more. Like actually get it out in a sense of before I was doing a lot of logic last week. Just to set up these unique actors. Because it's this is set up the unique actors, but now I feel like I'm ready to set up the end game fate. Like the actual win condition. Because the comic is about Parables of the Remnant issue 4. So I feel like for some reason I cannot find my yeah, there it is. There it is. Don't find it. Find it. Parables for game. Yeah. So this was like initial concept artwork on what the plan was, and I could mark. Oh, I think you can see my closer thing. So I finished this section. We start with the 2. The house when I do. I finished this section. I finished this. I finished these 2 sections and this one. And I just have this one, the mini boss wave, this one, and the final boss. Well, the final like win condition area. So going off of the comic, is a comic or kind of like recon mission. Jeez, what's my English today? Kind of like a recon mission. Ah, gotcha. My bad. I think it was really the music was really soft. That kill it entirely. Okay, I think the balance should be much better there. Last week, I listened back to it and I realized that the music was like probably non-existent because I messed up my balance, the balance in thing I have in OBS. But yeah, so it's jeez, why can't I say that word? A recon mission where they were sent to the island with the intent of gathering information and slowing down their opponent, which in this aspect, this particular issue is this AI Antichrist AI system. I like to say that, but it's more complex than that. I just like to oversimplify it to this AI Antichrist system. And they got to the island, so they were just when they got to the island, they were just doing recon, sending back intel on what they found, because the island, they knew that something was up with the island, but because of like the satellites or some satellite jammers, they were not able to actually identify what actually goes on the island. So these two were chosen to go and just do a recon mission on the island and figure out what's going on. And they dropped down on the island, fought the waves of AI sentries, and throughout the battle he gets shot throughout the battle. But to do that right now, I really want to do one where he's like out of combat, so I just have it balanced, a kind of balance system between the two, where she does majority of the mission objectives and he's just like raw firepower. I mean, the guy here and stuff is literally on fire. So I balance the game around that, where he does damage and she does majority of the mission objectives. You need to do majority of the mission objectives with her, and also a system where he has, playing as him, you have a limit to your ammo, but playing as her, you don't really have a limit to her, to the amount of ammo that she has. So because of that, you'll be bouncing back between the two and kind of like a dynamic, well, just like switching between the two. You use him for damage and then you use her while he recharges, and while you use him, while you are using her, his while you're using her, his flame meter builds up while you defeat enemies with him. I work out that mechanic and it has been working as intended, bug free thus far. So I reached the point of it where I'm implementing the final aspect of the comic, where they came into a cave to just like recover and recoup, and as they were in the cave, they just had like some flashback moments on just like how they got together, because it is a husband and wife duo. It was just like recapping how they got together and just kind of stuff while they were in the cave. And now I want to implement the like the final boss. Not really final boss, but more so the main objective of it, which was their mission was to take down the reactor. So I'm implementing how we're gonna do the taking down the reactor aspect of the comic. But in my take of it is that he isn't gonna get like he isn't gonna get shot and put down where he has to like stay back in the cave. She tells him to stay back in the cave. He is actually like they're gonna do it side by side, fighting together to take down the reactor. So in it, she just goes in, fights some bots, and gets a big lucky shot on the reactor and destroys it. And then they run off to the extraction point. What my plan is to use. Last week I was implementing these color coded. It's kind of like one of those jokes in game development or are like RPGs where you put like very specific gameplay pointers so that the player would know exactly what to do, where in the reality of the game, like in the fictional reality of the game, it would be like for the robots to paint this bright red and hot pink would make no sense, but in the context of the gameplay system, it'll make sense. So I'm gonna set up like an elevator and put some set up an elevator here. Yeah, set up an elevator here and put some markers around using the generators that you have to destroy. You have to go around destroy it, and each one you destroy, you will get some enemy spawns that come down. Yeah, enemy spawns that come down to fight you. I thought my response sound a bit flustered is because like I'm actually thinking this, putting it into words as I actually say it to you, because it's been in my brain for a while, but I'm now putting it into actual words and how I want to implement it. So gonna put markers around here. I feel like this definitely works well for works well for the reactor. It's actually a free pack from Epic Games. So I feel like this works well for the big reactor that they had in the comic. Yeah, I feel like it works well for the reactor and like a model of the robot facility. And I feel like we knock out this one. We knock out here, and here. Mini boss wave, I think I would just do like I initially put mini boss wave when I first started concepting it. When did I start concepting this? I think November. But I think now I'm just gonna do another destroy some reactors section here. Because this is like starting to flesh it out and put some stuff together. Yeah. But yeah, just like dragging stuff together on how I wanna like finalize it. Because I feel I'm really satisfied with sections 1 and 2. I can actually run the gameplay. That's really satisfied with sections 1 and 2. So it's time to just finish off with the last section. So I'm gonna use this here in this area on like, because I wanna like also part of the narrative is that they start on the beach. They start on the beach because it's like the safest area for the safest drop zone for them to come down in, just like in the comic. because it did skydive from they did skydive down. They opened a portal. One of the characters has the ability to open portals, so he opened a portal over the as close as he could to the island, as close as he possibly could have to the island. And they skydived down and landed on the beach. So from that, they land on the beach. Yeah, they land on the beach area. And then following along the comic, they make their way through the jungle to a recon point. But I'm not doing a recon point. I'm just doing like they'll start to get attacked by the bots. And just like they fight the bots, I have that fighting section with the bots. It would be like intruder alert, intruder alert. Same thing where it says, yeah, biological humanoids detected. Right now I have intruder alert, but there was a guy who was down to do like some robotic voice lines using voice mod. You wrote this to comic stuff? No, this is a comic by the Remnant. The actual author of this comic is down to help me with my own for my tie-in game I was showing you last week, the action RPG. I can actually show you that. I don't mind showing that. What is it? Way easy to have my folders quite organized, especially live streaming that I don't accidentally leak anything. Intercession. Yeah. Several. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, so for like the game, the actual game I plan on like releasing at the end of the year on Steam. I want to do not. Oh jeez, I opening up the Photoshop file. That's wrong file. But yeah, I did like I think I was showing it last week. Close Photoshop. This wrong thing. Mockup. Yeah. Started working on this. Started working on this. This is like a Photoshop. This is Photoshop. The funny thing about it, the game that I took to Photoshop, I didn't even read the game. I just clicked a random game on Epic Games, and I think it was something like 33 Immortal, I believe was the name of the game, and it was all about blasphemy. Not saying this is like a like God said or something like that, but I just find it was funny and ironic that I just like blindly went to Epic Games, click a random game, transition it over to Photoshop, and then after I transitioned it to Photoshop, I started reading what the game was about, and I was like, wow. There was like a funny moment. It was like it was hilarious. It was an hilarious moment. Is anyone like I started to read it to inspect element it? Is when I realized, oh, this is yeah. So I inspected inspect element this game, and it's only reading it. Only when I like started to look what it says and expect inspect element. So 33 Immortals is a co-op action roguelike for 33 players. Play a damn soul and rebel against God's final judgment. Pick up and raid. Pick up and raid cooperate to survive hordes of monsters, defeat massive bosses, and face the wrath of God in a fight for your eternal life. I had enjoyment in spec element in this game for my own thing. And then doing a little in the works of doing a little tie-in comic with the guys who write these comics that I review to do a tie-in comic. The author of this particular comic. Well, this one is one of my favorite comic issues as well from the run. Evan David. And I do a little like mock-up let's mock up comic cover using Photoshop. And we're like, this is not the actual art. This is concept art for the game that I'm working on. My first game that I want to put it on Steam, but this is just like a fun thing. I concept art and was talking to the owner of Starcross Comics. So do something for the end of the year for when I eventually release my game on Steam. Hopefully all goes well. Hopefully all goes well and I can get it out for holidays this year. Or at least, if I don't get, my goal is to get it out for holidays this year. If I don't get it out for holidays this year, to do it for the Steam Next Fest. For the Christmas Steam Next Fest. To have it a full playable demo for Steam Next Fest in December. That game is satanic. Yeah, it was funny, dude. I'm like, it's only when I double back to actually start my Inspect Elementing is when I was reading it and I was like, what is this game? And I saw the trailer and everything. I was like, wow, the irony of it all. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, so I want to reuse this prop, and I want to put 3 of these. And the goal is to have like 3 of these sort of like, so we fake it and then it comes out of the ground and like comes up, boom, shoot it, destroy it, next one, boom, and next one, boom. One of my like big issues with making world spaces is I forget how massive things are when you're actually in world space. It happens to me a lot. like one of the things I always tell you is to use a use an act. Always have something in world. Like a human reference. Well, game avatar reference. But I always forget that. You see, this is a huge. Yeah, that's important. I always forget it. Yes, this is huge. I did not realize it was that big. Ah, yeah, this is huge. Hello! Just an orange day. My day has been green. Yeah, it's really big, yeah. Something I always get sidetracked about whenever I'm developing is like, wait, no, check the scale. Make sure to check the scale. It's huge. Checking the scale is important. Yeah, this is way too big. That means this section would take forever to walk. And let me just continue to rough. Just like rough skull landscape, right? Because one thing I don't want is have you ever played a game called Subnautica? I have not played it myself, no. I have a buddy who played it a lot, and I did like watch him play through parts of the story over Discord. Subnautica? Or a different game? I actually used to do gaming content before I went full-time. Well, not full-time, because I don't do YouTube full-time. I do YouTube mainly on a Saturdays when I edit the podcast or stuff. But I actually used to do gaming content with the hopes at the time of no, I have not played it myself. I've watched like 1 or 2 playthroughs, but not like full story playthroughs. That's all I like over the shoulder watch someone play it in Discord. Then yeah. Gotta branch out into play more games when I have the time. I mean, there's only so much hours in a day, and then when you're like trying to get into game development, you have to like trade in your the amount of time you spend playing video games. Play a lot of Overwatch though. Overwatch 2? Okay. Yeah, this is way too big. What you building? I am building a game based off of a Christian comic book series, based off a particular issue of a Christian comic book series, where a husband and wife duo were tasked with taking down the reactor for an evil Antichrist sanctioned AI system. Yeah. The plot is as crazy as it sounded. But I am excited to see where they go with the character though, because they've been teasing some like artwork, some like upcoming artwork. So like they drastically improved his So this is what he used to look like at the time when this comic came out, which I think was in 2020. It was, I think, 2020. This is when this comic came out. So you see, he look like more like some kind of humanoid, like man hybrid. And then now for like the upcoming issue, for I think sometime this year, I believe it's on track for this year. This is like the new artwork and stuff for his solo issue. I think there's a cover for the solo issue coming out this year. It's a drastic. It's like so when I showed it to someone in the chat a couple weeks ago, they were like, "Yeah, this is version 2.0." He definitely got to upgrade, like upgraded from Windows 8 to Windows 10. Actually, run a game that I've been building. Yeah, dude, it's like it's one of those like weird. I want to say weird, but you know, like you always find appreciation for. I don't know, like because I do world building as a job. I do world building in Unreal Engine as a job, and like building these things building like worlds and environments has like given me that great appreciation for the Genesis account. Because whenever I start a new project, when I first started this project and the one I did before this, before I put the sun and sky, I would literally had it like, I don't know if it's like cringy, but I had it completely black. That thing is bright. My word. I did not know that's how that worked. But Christian, you just helped me learn something new. That thing is bright. Now that is a reactor. I picked the right thing. But yeah, when I first started project, I literally just gave like a 10 seconds. Was trying to find a Genesis recording. I was like in, where's this? Sun and Sky. I know, it's just like personal joy when I, little stuff I do when I game them. Like, yep, what's up, Orange? Sorry, I was responding to what person was saying. You guys want to see Mercury close to? We have the Aurora Borealis. I think is it proper to emerge with it. And then where's the moon? We could like, moon is over there. We could like make the moon gigantic, and then like move it here. So we're getting moonlight, and then I think we could like add a planet. Yeah, you could like what's the button to add a planet? Any weather? I'm back. Hey man, what's up? You were asking something. I think I accidentally moved my weather system out the project. Out of the weather system. Yeah. Back to daylight. Got you. But yeah, I did this it's like the coolest thing I've done in Unreal so far. I was able to share it. I found it. Check this out. Kristen, check this out. Check it something with my chat bug out. Game channel, I'm not gonna do like it. Yeah, that's awesome. I used to do gaming, as I said. This is a shot that I did the environment work for. I did the environment work for my that I do for my day job. Let the quality come. Hi, man. Thanks for stopping by and thank you for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content.
In his 20s, Nicholas would travel to Myra, one of the largest cities in the Roman Empire. It would be in this prosperous coastal community that Nicholas would lead his first church and, along with fellow believers there, suffer persecution at the hands of the brutal Roman Emperor, Diocletian.
And I could tell you guys, yeah, this is the coolest things I've done in Unreal. And on a weekend, I make my own little game projects. Blackshore? Something. You want to check it out? Really, there was a Kickstarter. I don't know where for more information on it, but there was a Kickstarter of it last year. Like, that's not a game. That's a movie actually. It's a movie being made using Unreal. Yeah, that's not a game. That one is actual cinematic movie made using Unreal Engine. Okay, yeah. So Michael, oh jeez, I messed up here. Oops, messed up this side. Did not realize. So 3. So I'm gonna run a full test. Make sure all the logic working, but they. So what games do you play? Given your channel name, do you make music content or? No, that's nothing, man. Like full playthroughs, funny moments. Like I used to do before I like started doing the explanation stuff. I used to do shit. I was Squadron Gaming. I think it's almost like 2 years now since I stopped uploading gaming videos. Yeah, Squadron Gaming. Me and my buddies, we used to do yeah, we used to do gaming content. And the last video was like some a fortnight. He's doing this for like 3 years, and walkthroughs, game movies. I started making. Oh, that's cool. I'll check out the content. That's what I'm asking. Since you've been in the chat for a while. Not on stream, but like in my free time. Actually, when we used to do gaming content, we actually got featured. One of our clips got featured on this thing on Top Warzone Moments. If I could find it, I think you would like. I think you would laugh at it. I think you find it funny. Hold on. Mentioned it in a video. I think awesome. Facendo da farsi caccia. Che family clip. In the all over there. Yeah. Why is it? YouTube corporate? Oh jeez. He's still working on me. I have come across that aren't Bible trivia based. My internet has been against me these past couple of days. But me against me. I don't know why I said so. Christian gaming channel for 4 years creating gaming content. My goal with that was to become a Christian esports and content creation group. Even got a clip of ours featured on a top Warzone clips video as a thumbnail clip back in Dude, I don't know why it's 2020.
Well, the main reason you're here, guys, this is our thumbnail clip. 200 IQ, very entertaining, multiple points of view. Let's go.
Hot pursuit shot, hot pursuit. Hot pursuit. Hot pursuit by shot by. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking fire!
But I see it's so much fun. Then it just came to the point where like the gaming content wasn't. That was more my channel was my will and God's will, and then I started actually like growing more focused with explanations. This saying gaming content is like bad because I know people take a binary sometimes from what I say, but I meant it in the form of like I used to make trying to make gaming content as like part of my will and what I wanted my will for my life to be on becoming this like esports team, like the shield. This shield is literally supposed to represent the shield of faith. All kind of stuff. uh, let's see any videos. Say Fortnite and Fortnite Overwatch Apex. Beginning to our lives, yeah. So what's been like your favorite game recently? Or a game you've been doing like commentary on or playthrough? Have you tried a Suicide Squad?
Intruder
Just wondering.
alert. Intruder alert.
I haven't played it
Intruder
myself. I
alert.
haven't played. As I
Intruder
say, I don't.
alert.
Game coding takes up majority of my like leisure time. So okay, that looks cool. That looks really cool. I like that. Odyssey. Oh. I was actually planning on like playing through all the Assassin's Creed
Intruder
games,
alert.
but then my
Intruder
PS4
alert.
gave out. My
Intruder
brother's
alert.
PS4
Intruder
gave
alert.
out, and I gave my PS4 to my other brother. Because I literally bought PlayStation Plus Premium just for well, not that I'm aligned. I didn't mainly buy it for that because I mainly bought it for my brother. But my goal was to like play through the Assassin's Creed games from beginning, the first one to the end, on like a weekend, on a Saturday when I set aside to play games, and then the second PS4 we had gave out, and my other brother moved out. I want to make this like a secret passage area. I have to do like where fix where if you're being blocked by something, like with most top-down games, if you're being blocked by something, it would cut through the meshes. I know how to do it. Well, I'm gonna buy out like a $10 asset pack, $10 code plugin that I could do it with. But I'll buy it. Hopefully, I can buy it this week. Debit card things. But I wanted to make this like little secret area. Hold on, okay. Never mind, secret area is a bit bugged. Trees have no collision. That's always good to bug fix. And this has no collision. Oh no. What is the collision like here? Hold on. Pause. That means this does not have collision. But the collision is just a big wall. I'm sure of it. Collision. Yep, the collision is just a wall. I did not think about that. That's what the collision on the smash looks like. Okay, I'll fix it. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Um, yeah. This was my like when I first started. I started in 2022 when I finished my associate's degree. I pivoted into game development, like just pursuing game development. I tried to get through it like one or two scholarships, one or two game development scholarships, but that didn't work out. But things worked out better in a sense because I was like trying to force this. I don't know if you know the school, Full Sail University in Florida. I entered their full tuition scholarship round for the game development degree twice, made it to the final round twice, and when they came to like it was literally a whiteboard problem solving competition, and you had to like solve these programming questions, and your boy had not one lick of understanding or knowledge on actual programming. But things so worked out that now I'm working with literally working with a production company and have a 4090 PC. So that that's oversimplifying the story, but that is a big story on for me personally. On many are the plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's will that shall prevail. And one of the main things I realize is that the thought of learning something new is much harder than actually when you actually begin to learn it, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that was like there's not a philosophical quote or anything, but it's just like I realized that when I started to get into game development, or like the aspiration of getting into game development, and actually playing around with the engine, I was like, oh, so it's not easier than it sounds. That's where people get tripped up thinking that oh, I could just open Unreal and make the next GTA. Is like nobody. Don't have this kind of crazy aspirations some people do like that, but piece by piece, just learning the engine, doing different short courses and watching game developer live streams. It's fun. Especially being a gamer. It kind of ruins your experience of playing. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it's like when you understand, for me, like learning game development, when you just begin to understand, it's like when you realize that, oh, when you transition from that point from a child to like a teenager and see behind the scenes clips and start to realize that your favorite movies and they aren't actually, weren't actually real, is like a bunch of green screens, and then you actually sitting down watching a scene, and you can actually begin to see where green screens were used. Is the same thing for me in some games or game development. It gives you a much more greater appreciation for the process that developers take. Let's fix the collision on this. So we want complex collision. That can never be the complex collision. What we need. How do we generate complex collision again? Okay, so we have the complex collision. Okay, nice. So now this should feel like an actual road. Plan was to make like, because at this point, give myself understanding. Yeah, completely understand what you mean. But let me read it properly. I definitely understand that. I find that I don't always enjoy watching it. Yeah, it's like it gives you your tolerance for like poor quality stuff. Tolerance of poor quality stuff, and like it gets less lower. No, English, not less lower, but you can have a less tolerance. You like this mesh? Rough this in right here. Oh, this is That is a collision on this. Hold on. Yeah, the collision on this is not good either, so I'm gonna fix the collision on this too. But I just want this platform thing though. I just would not have it. That's for this platform. Has to have just a platform alone. All this extra stuff. Don't make me need to cut it out, please. Sure. Pretty sure I could take this. Also have a platform. Hey, that's a good platform. Would we get stuck in there? Yeah, we'll get stuck in there. Hold on. Come on, two. Yeah. Alright, I think I should just go to building it. Model engine. here. Yeah, the nice secretary as always to do. And I appreciate that. Especially the comment you left at the end of the stream last week. It's like a personal perspective I have as well. Especially on like, because when especially as a dev, when you're like in it, sometimes you don't see things that other people see. And that's why I'm like always open to like advice and suggestions. Even if it's not like a gameplay related or actually related to the game, but it's like general advice. And then counsel too. From another brother in Christ as well. Appreciate you passing through. See you next week Sunday if you're here again. I appreciate you taking the time on a Sunday night. sounds cool. I'll check out that game. It's a different implementation and stuff. Thanks, man. Good night. Bye. Hello, Jason the Gamer. How you doing? How you doing on this fine Sunday night, my friend? I'm doing good. Doing some small scale game dev. Oh, why not? I don't know why no one's it's so weird. The box out. Pick it and drag it in. First time seeing the channel. It is a top-down shooter game based off of a Christian comic book. On this channel, we primarily break down comic books, well, just stuff within the Christian entertainment space. Mostly comic books and video games that have some kind of like faith-based elements there. There are a couple. This one is in particular Parables of the Remnant, issue 4 by Grok Comics. One of my favorite comic book series. They have like over 21 issues, and I have covered about 20, like done actual review videos for 20 out of, well, more breakdown videos, because I don't know if you know guys like Comic Explain. My channel is inspired, partially inspired. My content style is inspired by his style of videos on Comic Historian, where they like read you the comic, well, break down, summarize the comic to you, and then give their thoughts. That's what I do, but for within the growing Christian comic book space. Christian myself, that's why I clicked the stream. Oh, that's awesome. So this little pitch, this comic is, to oversimplify it, think the Justice League assembled by God himself the couple years leading into the pre-tribulation. This is a pre-tribulation comic, like with the rapture and all that. So jeez, I don't know why I'm getting tight on tonight a bit. Yeah, but I think the Justice League assembled by God himself to counteract the premature rise of the Antichrist. Like the Antichrist is trying to rise before his appointed time, and they've been assembled to put a stop to his plans and etc. So this particular issue is this husband and wife duo of the team are sent to a remote island that they suspect is being used by the this evil Antichrist AI system program. Think Ultron, but built by the Antichrist. Is the best way I could put it. And they were sent on a recon mission, no communication or anything. All they had was base level intel, and they flew in to just do, it was a recon mission, go surveillance the island, see what you could find out about the island. But while on the island, they realized that the AI system was building its own robot army. and they got detected once they touched down on the island, and they fought their way through the island. The husband of the duo got shot, and it came to the point where she laid him in the cave, and she went forward and completed their mission. They had a little flashback of how they became a couple in the first place. He was actually a mercenary, a military mercenary that was like on the streets after just like retiring from that life, and she was a missionary that found him on the streets, took him in with her dad and they into her home, and then eventually they got married. Her family taught him about God, and she taught him military ways. So eventually they became like, well, I refer to them as the wife duo of the team because they're the only couple on the team. And the funniest part about it is that like she's running out, telling them like stay put, and he's shot. So he has a healing factor, but he has a regenerate. He is, as you see in this panel, flames. So he is like flame resistant, and from experimentation, the experimentation done on him while he was in the military. I think it was while he was in the military, or something like that. Oversimplifying it. And the funniest line for me is that she's running out into danger, and all he could do is say, "Fine, Lord Jesus, please protect my wife," as she run into danger. And she takes down the reactor. She takes down the reactor. He burns some robots that came up against them, and when they took down the reactor, they removed the force field that was surrounding the island, allowing for one of them that has the ability to teleport. This guy, the main leader of the group, has the ability to teleport, comes and like gets them up. This guy name is Tiffany Knight, actually. So this is the Apostle, which is a take on. There's a verse in John 21 that where Jesus said to Peter, "If it is for my will for John to live until I return, what is that to you?" And they took a fictional approach to it, on like after John was on Patmos for all those years and wrote the book of Revelations, he actually lived all the way into the, well, I don't know what year it's set in. It's kind of like it's a high-tech futuristic world, but he lived all the way to like actually see the book of Revelation fulfilled, the book of Revelation beginning to be fulfilled. So he like helps them and guides them through the whole it's one of my favorite comic books. To oversimplify it I can't do my best oversimplifying it, but I do highly recommend it. So my goal with it is my goal with the channel is to elevate Christian fiction and make my own Christian fiction at the same time while elevating others. And my ultimate goal is to be a Christian game developer. Well, by Christian game developer, I mean like faith-based games. Working on my own game to eventually. This one is a passion project. This is just because this is going to be like aiming to be a quick 30-minute game, continuing to apply my game development skills that I continue to learn, and eventually make my ultimate personal dream Christian spiritual warfare base game. Share the actual, because I'm gonna start like promoting it soon, so I'm not going to like getting like person space reactions. This is Photoshop. This is a Photoshop image, but yeah. So I'm working on this game. My goal is to release it at the end of the year for Christmas this year, or if I don't get it like fully completed for Christmas this year, then I am aiming to have a full build of the game for Steam next year. This is not the game that you see me working on right now. The game that I'm working on right now is going to go up on the internet on our website for free download. It is a PC game, so you'll have to like go through like just put it in an exe file, and you'll have to go through and just like download it and play it, because I did that with a previous passion project that I did, and that's just going up for free. But this is like the game my ultimate game I'm working on. That I'm working towards with the channel. And the funny thing about this is like in spec element. This is official concept art. I have a concept artist that I'm working with, but this is like in spec element. Is gonna be honest. Yeah, the game that I'm working on, this one now that I'm working on, I'm gonna put it on itch. Yeah, because I actually have an itch page. It is. I did a replica. Whoopsies. .io. I'm gonna go to my pillar. Pillar.io / the explanations. The one you're working on. Yeah. So I have an itch. Oh, that's our website. Where's my itch? Yeah. I have an itch right now, and I just have my I did a City of David not last year, the year before, 2023. I made a digital replica of the City of David based off of this image that I saw. Based off of this image in ESV Bible. This was when I now started getting into Unreal Engine, and and put this together. And you could. This is free to download on itch and just like walk around with. Sadly lost the project files, dude. I had a hard drive malfunction. It was put in a 2 terabyte, and for some reason when I dismounted it, because to get to where my to put in the 2 terabyte hard drive that I bought for my project Sunday, for some reason the computer, it wasn't coming on. And it was because dust got into the PCIe slot for the GPU and in the like one of the RAM slots or something like that. But I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't coming on or anything, so I carried it by a repair shop that is really close to my home. And the dude got it working. He cleaned it out for me. And he put the 2 terabyte in, but he thought I wanted the 2 terabyte to be my boot drive. So he like installed Windows on it and was showing me install Windows on it and stuff. And I was like, well, no, I'm good with the C drive to be my boot drive. Cool with just like activate the 2 terabyte. And Jason, the gamer dude, he was like, I was telling him, oh, I'm not seeing my actual boot drive, my C drive, because I have a SSD, had a 2 terabyte hard drive in there, and I was putting in an extra SSD. And he's showing me, and he's saying like he's not seeing the internal hard drive that was in there. And when he finds it in like Windows partition, the dude, like, before I could even talk, because it was saying the drive is unallocated, but that is usually because I don't know how much of a PC guy you are, but judging from the game, I will assume you have, just like stereotyping here, man. But dude, he right-clicked my drive in the Windows partition. It said unallocated, and before I could even like finish my sentence, he clicked the 2 buttons and formatted my drive with the source files for this project and another project I was working on at the time. My jeez, that was a self-control moment for me, dude. That was a self-control moment. I was like, that was a self-control moment for me. It was like, dude, why? Why? It was like, it says unallocated because when you put in an SSD, it switches off the SATA cable, which is like a normal BIOS thing. You just have to go in BIOS and switch it on. Yeah, that sucked. But I built back stronger. That was in January. No, yeah, that was June last year. Yeah, that was May of last year, and we built back stronger. And God's blessings too. Just like I literally have now have a 4090 with like 4 terabytes, and it's been amazing. God's been good. That's like a crazy wild testimony. I talked about it in a previous podcast and so on. And so I am translating to the best of my ability. Because I'm not no like let's go all the time. Yeah, for sure. Because I'm translating to the best of my ability the premise of the comic because I have full full creative liberty from the author himself. The author literally have like he did a shout out character for me in the comic that has since turned into someone else took it and did a concept art for me, and that is what the game that I'm making this concept character is based off of. It's been good. So I have full creative freedom with it, so like no IP issues or anything like that, and I'm just translating the central premises of the comic, this particular issue, into the game. So I have them coming down in waves, and instead of, do you have a Discord? Yeah, I have a Discord community. It should be in the description. It is sort of kind of, well, folks are active, but not much talking goes on. But if you like jump in there, you would most likely would see folks would welcome you in like from the get-go that you join. It's been pretty chill. And a really good mechanic I put in is since Kaylee, which is the name of her, Pinkspade, since Pinkspade did like the destroying the reactor, you mostly would play as in the channel description. Yeah, it should be in our channel description, in the little bubbles that YouTube has for links. Stream description. Alright, got you. I added it to the stream description as well, so I can actually play through it real quick. This is the non-balanced mode, just my quick play testing mode. Oh wait, let me paint in my pebbles. Too much pebbles. Way too much pebbles. So some pebbles, just to make sense of like, because we're still in nature. There we go. Yeah. That's what we are working on. Game, because like my aim is to hopefully like set up my Steam page for the actual game I wanna, my first game that I wanna put out on and just chat. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for joining, man. It's like, so I think you like the concept art that we have here. It's based on spiritual warfare and overcoming deception is the theme. And it's just like some concept artwork that we have of it. So you have like, we were contemplating on how we're gonna implement like wolves in sheep clothing as an enemy type. 3 main bosses, all based off of deception. And this was just like, I don't draw. I have a dude from the Discord as well who jumped on board to be a concept artist. And we have, so first rendition was like this wolf in sheep clothing, probably like a werewolf. And then I was like, I really kind of like more the Twilight wolves, those big 7 feet wolves. And I was like, what if we do those kind of wolves? And then the guy started cooking. So he did this one first with like a wolf thing on top. And then he was like, what if we put the wolf, what if we stitch the wolf's face, stitch the like sheepskin, the lamb skin onto the side of the wolf. And then concept art continue coming through. And now you have a wolf in sheep clothing kind of boss. And an actual like full-fledged storyboard for one of the acts of the game. You have, I could actually show you like this is like very first just roughing in very first roughing in code, like my first iteration of the code of the game. Not the actual code or any of the enemies would be the same by the time I get the demo done for Steam Next. My goal is to have it done for Steam Next Fest in November, December. Actually have a playable build. But now it should load up in that corner. This is like me messing around with code and it's putting together. So it's not really, it was a Souls-like code system I'm using, but I'm not really a Souls-like kind of guy. I like non-stamina stuff, just hack and slash God of War style, and that's the style I want to go with. That's the style I want to go for the game. I say this is just like gray box prototyping, and I don't know. I tell people it's just like the name in my head. Can never get me too. I can never get it. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I have like the concept I have, and you let me know like what you think of it. Just hearing it is like right now it's called the Faithful System because your main weapons is the sword of the. That's not the actual name that I'm going to give it because I find calling it the Faithful System in marketing is what's come across really cringe. It sounds cringe in my head saying it, but. Is you mainly centered around the Shield of Faith is what the combat centered around, and linking the stamina bar with the health bar. So after I was into Elden Ring and barely got past the first one anyways. I haven't actually played Elden Ring myself. I've been so busy coding and stuff, and then like personal conviction towards certain themes in games, where it's like the. You know, come across the channel, so I'm not gonna go into that aspect. But there's many videos where I discuss on like my personal conviction and why I do the Christian comic stuff. Never played it again. But it's like where the system is like where it's mainly centered around the shield. So like when your shield is like lit up like this, you have like various abilities, not just on the shield, but is centered around keeping your health over a certain amount. So like a combo meter, a perpetual combo meter. Once your health is over a certain amount, you go into like this, I call it your faithful stance, where you activate the abilities on the shield and stuff. But when you like start to take damage, yeah, these minions on the right. So when you start to take damage and it drops below a certain amount, you no longer have that light. The analogy is when you're not, because the main thing with the games I think I put together is that I am a Christian and I am making I'm making Christian games, but not Christian games where it's like it's hitting you over the head with like scriptures and those kind of stuff. I am a Christian making Christian games for fellow Christians and stuff who like deep into Bible study, like know like Bible passages inside out. So I know one of the main pitfalls with like Christian games and stuff is like they're trying to make it like teaching to me. That's not my perspective for the games that I plan on developing. Because like the game is set within a fictional concept to spiritual warfare. So all abilities and stuff are based off of spiritual warfare, and all the enemies and stuff are based off of like personifications of the devil in throughout the Bible. But like to say you would have like get past this level, beat this scripture trivia quiz in order to get past this level is like no, none of that. It is implied that you are Christian running wrong, and this is the spirit man of a Christian, is like the perspective to the game. I don't have a exit screen, so the only way I can get out is Alt F4. But I'm actually showing the So when you like have the shield light up, you have access to your abilities, but when it's not lit, then you go back to like the regular melee system. But it's easy to like flow. I wanna like one of the main things I know I have to like balance is between like when it feels like you're overly overpowered and it like lacks challenge, versus like it's impossible to keep a consistent flow of the faithful system. So like bosses, right now the boss is on the top. Oh no, never mind, he is not underpowered. He is not underpowered. Forgot I buffed him for this, but that I was selling to my buddies. I can actually send you this exact thing that I'm playing. I have a link to it, private link to it. The EXE. Hope you're not on Mac. I don't have a Mac build for it. So I'm super loud. Yeah, I have to. That is stuff I have to fix. I think it's cracked out. Can I adjust this song without dying? I don't think so. Hold on. He's in. Okay, nice. Okay, oh no. No. Oh no, I'm just gonna go live nice. Yeah, I would send you the link. Since you join the Discord, once I like end stream, I would just send it to you over DM. And also, I want to like give people that like power fantasy of like spiritual warfare as it's like described, as Paul and they describe it. Especially with like the armor of God and all that. One of the like jokes I have for I use this in like my actual, like when I'm pitching it to people, I say that a long document, but yeah, I say like for me, the best way to visualize like the perspective that I take from my games is not a teaching game. It's like a game for Christian nerds who that is my target audience. Not saying it's limited to Christian. It's like, yeah, unsafe place they play it and enjoy it, but I'm not trying to like get people. It was a weird thing to say. I don't know why I say it's a weird thing to say, but it's like, it's not the perspective of like put a game out there to get people saved and stuff. It's like, no, I want to make it fun, interactive Christian themed games. And as the perspective I take from it is that as a Pentecostal, I was a Pentecostal. I'm not gonna get into that tonight, but grew up Pentecostal, and when I first started scripting the game, I was a heavily Pentecostal fella, and particularly is to fictionalize and reimagine what happens in the spiritual realm when Christians pray and worship. And referencing Steve Good artwork, I love his artwork on the Spiritual Warfare art collection. And I said an interpretation that I also hold personally from the way my mind visualizes various Bible verses and various pieces of fictional media, and from being a Pentecostal Christian. However, from being a Pentecostal Christian, I cannot deny the fact that there has been what I describe personally as Looney Tunes level clownfoolery when it comes to topics like deliverance, the overemphasis of human anointing and spiritual power over what God says. Everything bad is because of demon slaying, and straight out error and butchering Bible verses about spiritual gifts and the authority God has given us over Satan and his forces, along with many other topics. Because of this, extra consideration and prayer and will be done. This is like my internal game design document. And put an illustration of how this will work is, let's say in one of the stories, a group of Christians are praying against the oppression of demonic entities in their community. They are discerning the works and the presence of these entities, and could receive like divine confirmation and insight on like what's going on in the spiritual realm. In the physical realm, you will see like a group of Christians praying, but in the spiritual realm, you will see the spirit man of each person currently praying and equipped with the armor of God and weapons of light and spiritual gifts. Well, I call it spiritual gifts, but it's like a ton of abilities based off of passages from the Bible. And the best visualization of this I can think of as a proof of concept for like what I try to achieve is the cinematic intro of Halo 5. No, my games and they would not feature guns in spiritual warfare unless I know of enough myself that God has given me the go ahead to feature an anointed Glock. I ain't gonna go ahead yet, so I can't prototype guns in my games as yet. But, like, I don't know if you see the Halo 5 trailer. This is the best one. Like, to me, this is the best visualization. This is how I say like a group of Christians, but it's like a group of Christians praying. So skip. More skipping. Trying to get to the sweet spot.
Contact!
I actually have a Fortnite game. I actually have a game in Fortnite. I don't know if you play Fortnite, but I actually have a game, Fight the Good Fight, that I made in Fortnite actually. Fight the Good Fight Fortnite with the Fortnite Unreal Engine editor. Did I come up with a fight? Yeah. So where is the trailer? Yeah. Maybe sometimes you pause the other audio. Check this. I think you might like this. This is like my biggest proof of concept work of. Pause.
Just as many have before us in this kingdom of ours. We don't war as the world does. There is power divine. seeing who he may devour. But there is one who warred against him, and he is over.
Oh, it's perfectly on topic. It is I can drop the link directly for you in the chat. It is Warfare by Johnny High Ninja featuring Eliza King on the vocals. Her vocals for that song was amazing. Amazing, one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. And I like quote unquote coincidence, but when I finished the actual logic for the game and was looking for a trailer, like looking around for trailer music for it, yeah, I follow him on like Spotify, and the day I've like started looking around for trailer music for the game, like this actual game, this Fortnite game, that because I finished it last year April and released it in June, and when I was looking around for the audio, just a song to go for the game, that song came out the exact day I started looking. Coincidence? I think not. Probably it was a coincidence, but still. It was like the perfect tone and everything, and I used it for it. If you want a YouTube link to it, I dropped it in the chat for you as well. Oh, don't worry. Probably did not copy the right. Whoops, I copied a bad link. My bad. I didn't copy the full thing. That's on me. I only copied a small part. The second link. Oh wow, that's a long link. Huh. Right here. There's a link for like on all platforms. Yeah, Johnny High Ninja and Eliza King Warfare. Yeah. So it's free to play. We do have an official Fortnite page, Fortnite creator page that you could, once you log on to the internet with your Fortnite account, you could like just pull the game into your directly into Fortnite for you. So it is fortnite.com/@setapart. That is fortnite.com/@setapart, and you would get the direct access to the game. And all you have to do is just click here, and once you like it here, as soon as you log on to Fortnite, the game would be directly, like as soon as you boot it up, the game would be on your homepage within your Fortnite system. But yeah, so that is the mission. And we have like concept art of this setup part one, the main character. Dude who put this together, dude is like so he's just like putting together like pieces of concept art and stuff. Alright, right. Let me defeat my boss now. It's sad that sometimes I can't defeat the boss that I spent hours coding. Because anything I want to balance to is like so people don't cheese and just like stand from a distance and just throw. I mean, as I said, this is not the actual code that I'm going to use for the game. This is just like a quick 4-hour Udemy tutorial I found on making a Souls-like combat system that I modified. Because then you can block for way too long. And you can just eat the shield. Yeah, man. Thanks for passing by. I'm actually about to like shut down the stream from streaming for a couple hours. It's almost 12 o'clock here. Yeah, man. Thanks for tuning through. I'm glad to. We'll be sending you the link in Discord DMs when I end the stream. We'll also send you the game design document so you can check it out as well. Okay. So yeah, man, it's 11:30. Oh, wow, and that's joke happening. Yeah, forgot he spawns mini-me's. But yeah, I'm winding down too. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve for tonight's stream of revitalizing. Did a lot tonight, like this entire section. So I think I did a lot tonight. So thanks for tuning in, man. Glad to have you on. Yeah, my brain is shutting now. Time to shut down the stream. Play the nice Christian lo-fi music. And where is it? Just pop up the stream ending thing. And yeah, later.